Hello and welcome to the Tryline Podcast. It's our Q&A show. We're going to get straight into it today. Have you enjoyed your last day? I guess it's been a day since I've seen you.
Yeah, it was alright.
How was your last day? How was your last 24 hours?
Pretty uneventful. Just sat at home.
How much of the last 24 hours did you sleep?
Jesus. Maybe about 8 or 9.
Oh, that's alright. That's alright. I slept about 7 because I'm all grind.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all grind. Alright, on to the first question. Chris asks, what's the secret for the Dragons' success in being consistent?
I mean, I don't think anyone knows that secret otherwise.
Anthony Griffin's got to be some part of that.
You reckon?
Well, last year, right, they played the Warriors, and the Warriors didn't complete 2 sets, and they beat them 18-0.
Yep.
The Warriors. This year, they played the Warriors. Warriors didn't complete 1 set, really. They completed all their sets, and they only got beaten by 1 try. So there's been a distinct change in attitude there. And this Warriors team, the Dragons team this time was minus Ben Hunt as well. So there's a significant improvement there for mine.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about consistency.
Well, I don't know.
You said the other day, over the last few years, the Dragons have been up the top of the ladder this beginning of the year, but then they've fallen down to the bottom of the ladder or missed the 8 a few of those years.
Definitely. So what's changed? Has it changed?
I don't know. We won't know until later on in the year.
I mean, we did when we spoke about that. We said after round 6 they fall off. Well, they did lose this week.
I mean, who they got this week? The Roosters.
Oh yeah, the Anzac Day clash. That'd be such a good game.
I mean that's a big test for them, I guess.
Ben Hunt could be back next week. They're saying
round 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what they say on NRL.com.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they go this week. But I think Anthony Griffin's must have brought some sort of change in attitude to that team.
Yeah. I think it's an attitude thing with being consistent.
Yeah. Conley says, who's the New South Wales fullback? Gutho, Pappy, Latrell, or Teddy? Can you list your whole team? Now, I already named my team on TikTok. I think you're yet to name your team, hopefully very soon.
Yep.
But I think we're both in agreement of who the fullback should be if they're fit.
Teddy.
James Tedesco. Yep. I think Pappy gets the 14 spot, and unfortunately Gutho's not in my side.
No, me neither.
Be interesting to see where Latrell is after this suspension now. Because apparently he gets 2 weeks now before... So he comes back after 4 weeks, 2 weeks until Origin after that.
It'll be hard to say whether he'd get that spot.
I think it was a lock in the centres if he kept playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Geez, they got a good side though, the New South Wales squad. Their team, they can build probably 3 teams that are just powerhouse, in my opinion. James says, should South give Adam Reynolds more than 1 year at the club?
Yes. 100%. I mean, the only other notable halfback off contract is Chad Townsend, I think.
And he's just been signed.
Yeah.
He's just been signed by the Cowboys. Apparently the Sharks are really interested in Adam Reynolds.
That'd be a good fit for him.
The Broncos are really interested in him.
Oh, well, he'd be a good fit anywhere, really.
There's not too many quality halfbacks out there, really.
No, there's not.
You're looking at Nathan Cleary. Daly Cherry Evans probably still deserves to be in that conversation somewhere.
Yeah. Mitch Moses is alright. Jerome Hughes is another
he's
good
coming
one,
along.
He was locked up by the Storm for a few more years.
Adam Reynolds is one of those names, man. I don't know where the Bunnies' heads are out there. Brody asks, can the Knights beat the Panthers?
No.
No.
I don't think
solid
so.
No.
Yeah, solid no. Straight up. I don't think they can.
I think...
Even if they did have Piercy, they were full strength, I don't think they could beat them.
I think they got the forward pack to at least get in that conversation. I mean, they haven't been consistent at all.
No.
But their forward pack is so good. And their team on paper this week, I'll talk about it when we do our tips, but their team on paper, even minus Piercy, still a very strong roster. They can put it all together. I think the Panthers are flying at the moment, so I won't say they can beat them this week, but the Knights are very capable of doing some things.
Yep.
Blake has a question here. Chad Townsend to the Cows, 2 million reported, good or bad? What are your thoughts?
I don't like it. I thought they were going to try and go after Dearden. I thought it was going to be Dearden Drinkwater.
I think they're still going after Dearden.
Well, then what do you do with Drinkwater?
Well, that's the question. Are you going Drinkwater to fullback, Val to back to the wing?
You're not going to pay $800,000.
Well, they did. They already put him on the wing.
He was playing fullback, wasn't he?
No, they put him out on the wing to start the year. Remember?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
They did too.
So they're not afraid to do that. What's 2 million over 3 years? Do you like 670 something like that?
Yeah,
680?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think that's too bad of money. I don't mind Chad Townsend. I think he's a steady hand. I would rather him partner Drinkwater than anyone else. I'd like to see. Yeah, I'd like to see Drinkwater stay at 6 for mine.
All right, mate. Well, I guess agree to disagree there. I don't think it's a very good signing.
So you think no, not a good signing?
No, not a good signing.
I don't mind it.
Spend the money elsewhere.
Like on Dearden.
On Dearden, yeah. You can get him Dearden for cheaper too.
All right. Braden, can the Panthers hold on to their spine for the years to come? Cleary, Luai, Toho, and Crichton. That's not their spine, but
no.
Can they hold on to those players?
I think they can hold on to their spine.
I don't think Toho will go anywhere.
Nah.
Cleary's a lifer there. I can't see him going anywhere either.
I can see Luai leaving and Crichton.
Yeah.
I can see both those guys leaving.
I can see Luai getting big money somewhere else though.
Yeah.
So that's why I can see him walking.
I can see both those guys getting big money.
A lot of people are talking Crichton for Origin this year. I don't see it.
No. He hasn't been playing in his spot the whole year, so
I think there's a lot of centres that get a crack before him.
Yeah.
I think Lomax is above him. I think natural centres, Lomax is probably one of the ones that will miss out that should probably get a start, I think.
Yeah.
But they've got so many good players.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Braden again. Sharks halves talk. All right. Townsend's out. Reynolds in. Sean Johnson at 6. Reynolds at 7. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. That would be a good pairing. I like that.
So what happens to Moylan? Moylan's gone? Moylan gets a spot on the bench?
Yeah, no more Moylan. No, not even on the bench. He's out.
All right, he's gone.
Yeah, surely he wouldn't have him on the bench.
And then you got Braden Trindle in their setup. He's gone as well. He doesn't get a look in.
No, I don't even know who that is.
he played some games last year for him. I don't know. I like Reynolds and Sean Johnson could be lethal though.
Yeah, that's a really good halves pairing. I like that.
If Sean Johnson can get back to like the way he used to play, running the ball a bit.
Yeah.
And Reynolds can just get this team around the park.
Mm.
It's a really good signing for the Sharks if they can get it done.
And the Sharks have been lacking a bit of goal kicking as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, since Sean Johnson really left. Oh, got injured, sorry.
I mean, lacking a little bit of leadership, I think. Like just... And Wade Graham's a really good option for them too. Geez, they'll kick teams to death. Like Sean Johnson's got a great kicking game. Adam Reynolds has got a great kicking game. And Wade Graham's another good option there for a forward to kick the ball. So that's not bad. Braden again, score prediction for the Panthers Knights.
I think we'll get into that maybe when we...
Yeah, well, we do our predictions on Thursday, so we'll remember that. We'll do a score prediction for that game.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, I can't see the name here. I think it's Will. Manly Tigers. How do the Tigers stop Turbo from having a great game?
Take him out.
Take him out.
That's all you can do.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah. He's going to have a great game, irregardless.
Gee, I don't know what you do.
You can't do anything.
How do you stop the world from turning? That's what that is.
Well, you'd kick it to the wingers. That's the only way out. But even he'll back up through the middle. There's really no way you can...
I think what you're talking about there is you try and limit his involvement.
Yeah.
I don't think you can stop him from having a say on the game.
Yeah.
I think he's that good a player that he's going to put himself in positions to win the game if it comes to it. But it's a very interesting matchup. The Tigers come out with half the energy they had last week. They could turn this into a real game. And Manly have only had one really good game. They beat the Warriors by 1 point. And they're probably good for half of that game.
Mm.
And then, well, obviously, they wiped the floor with the Titans. So it's a very interesting game to come into.
Hard to say who will win there.
North Queensland was the 2015 Grand Final the best ever?
Mate, I think that's a question for you, mate.
Well, I feel like I'm biased. I was there. I thought it was great. I thought the one before it was very good too. The 2014 Grand Final, just the nostalgia around it.
Was it the Bunnies?
The Bunnies Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a blowout, but I thought that was a really good one to watch too. But obviously, this had a great finish. What do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the greatest grand final, but it's up there. Like, to score a try on the buzzer.
Yeah.
And then JT misses that conversion just by millimetres.
To score a try really after the buzzer. Like, And I think Thurston broke 2 or 3 tackles in that play. Got it to Michael Morgan.
Michael Morgan just goes to the edge. Just out.
Jeez, that was good.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Good game. Good game. I don't know if it's the greatest or the best grand final ever, but it'd be up there.
Poor Ben Hunt drops that ball. Not only did he drop that ball, he gave away a penalty about a minute before that play, like to get him in position.
Lifting, eh?
Yeah. So poor Ben Hunt there. Marley, the fight tonight, Gallen versus Brown. Who you got and why?
I'd love to see Gallen win, but I just don't see it happening.
I think it's Gallen by points or Brown by knockout. Yeah. I think if Gallen can survive, which he's proved he can.
He took some heavy hits
took
against
some
Mark
huge
Hunt.
shots from Mark Hunt and stayed alive.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good fight. Hats off to Gallen for like fighting people that can fight though.
Yeah.
Like he's not scared.
Nah.
Which is good
on
to
him,
see.
yeah.
I'd love to see Gallen win, but yeah, I got my money on Brown too by knockout. Thoughts on Townsend going to the Cowboys? We covered that. I like it. You don't.
No.
Luai to play for New Zealand.
Look, we've been asked this before. Luai, he's made himself eligible for New South Wales.
Yep.
So that means you were saying he can't play for another tier 1 country, which New Zealand is a tier 1 country.
No. Okay.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. But so say this Origin series is over, right?
Yeah.
Then he goes and nominates to play for New Zealand. Would he burn his opportunity to ever play Origin again to play for New Zealand in the World Cup?
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, no. But like, so right now he can play for New South Wales, right? Because he nominated to play for Samoa, I think it was.
Okay.
After the Origin, if he comes out and says, all right, now I want to play for New Zealand.
Yeah.
Do you think he would do that?
No.
Do you think he would rather play for Samoa or New Zealand?
Samoa. Surely.
I think he'll play for Samoa too. But he's a Western Sydney boy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why I don't mind him playing Origin. And that's anyone that's confused on the way it works. So if you play for Samoa or Tonga and not New Zealand, they're considered tier 2 nations. So you can play for them and play Origin if you're eligible, you know. But if you play for New Zealand, automatically you're wiped. You cannot play for in-state of Origin, which I think is pretty fair.
Yeah.
That's why Tamalolo couldn't play Origin. Because even though he plays for Tonga now, he did play for New Zealand at a time.
Yep.
I don't know. I could see a lot of things changing after this Origin series, like people just nominating to play in certain spots for the World Cup. I think everyone's going to want to play in the World Cup, so that'd be interesting to see. Michael, if Moses and Guffo were to be injured, you think the Eels would still win games without him?
Yeah, not as many, but they'd still win games.
Yeah, I can't see him winning many games.
Yeah, I think they'd still win games though. Like
So
they'd still beat those lower teams, but against like the Storm,
So what's
Bunnies.
the reshuffle there? You go Will Smith to fullback, and then you got to bring in a half.
Oh, we just got rid of that Jamin Salmon bloke, didn't we?
Yeah,
He's gone.
It's a bit of an interesting reshuffle. I don't know if they'd win many games. Gutherson kind of keeps him in the balance a lot of times, and Moses is a big part of what he's got to do in attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no. Unless we get Kalen Ponga back and Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. How many brown paper bags did the Roosters give to the NRL last night?
What, for Victor Radley? Come on.
No. It's rubbish, eh?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't... I didn't think it was a suspension. I thought Heverington's was really tough. I think he should have probably copped a couple of games, but not 4 weeks.
I don't even think he should have been sent off.
Well, I don't think he should have been sent off either.
Maybe 10 in the bin as well. It was similar to Radley, and Radley got 10 in the bin, so...
I don't mind the 10 in the bin. The send-off is so absolute. Like, it's got to be... So speaking of this stuff, how shit are the run-ins? How shit are when there's a little push and shove and the whole... both teams run in. It's about the lowest thing in rugby league right now.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of people that know they're not going to get hit.
Yeah.
Like pretending... I used to do that. I used to come from the Evans because I knew no one would hit me.
Did you ever get hit?
Never. I've seen you get hit one day.
Yeah, I did get punched in the head.
No, but like, how do you stop that? How do you stop the run-ins?
Well, you'd have to punish the run-ins. Anyone that runs in, They'd have to go to judiciary.
I reckon. I think Paul Kent said it a couple nights ago. Third man in, 10 in the bin.
Oh yeah, just
Right.
run in.
Yeah, if you run in your third man in, you get 10 in the bin, punch or not. And then every other person that runs in, you fine them.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It would stop the run-ins.
Mm.
Or you just bring back the punch. No one's going to run in and push a Sofa Solomona in their life. You bring back the punch.
Mate, Takiaho in the grand final. Was it last year?
I can't remember.
Who was in the grand final? It was Roosters Storm last year, wasn't it?
No, Panthers Storm.
Okay, so 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Was that the grand final? Roosters Storm 2 years ago?
No, that was 3 years ago. I think 2019 was the Raiders Roosters.
Jesus. Okay, well maybe it wasn't the grand final, but it was a big game, Roosters versus Storm. Off the kickoff,
Don't remember.
bloody Takiaho and Nelson Asafa-Solomona squared off.
Don't remember. I wouldn't fight him. He's a scary, scary man. No, back to the question. I don't think any paper bags were given out. I don't think he should have been suspended.
Yeah, me neither.
Alright, part 1. If you happen to remember the 14-man union hybrid game being discussed. Do you remember a 14-man union hybrid game?
No.
League union?
No.
Nah, I don't think it would be good to watch either.
Was it before our time?
No, I think it gets tossed up every couple of years. The Wallabies play the Australian side.
The Kangaroos.
Or I think it was the Kangaroos play the All Blacks, actually, in like a hybrid game.
So they play like one half rugby league, one half union.
I hate it.
Well, that wouldn't be very... I think the union players... It would be a lot easier to pick up league, I think, wouldn't it?
Who do you reckon would win?
The All Blacks. Come on.
Nah.
You don't reckon?
I think they'd get carved up it depends. I think they'd win the union part of it, and I think it would win the league part of it. It's a totally different game. You need a lot more endurance to play.
Well, I was just about to say the All Blacks forwards would be gassed after.
That's what I mean.
After 5 minutes, because it's run up and down, and
if we're playing like the Kangaroos, they're just going to run around, turn them around,
kick.
And what are they going to do when? So say you trap them in their half, the union half. They're just going to kick the ball back to you.
Yeah.
So the game's just going to be stuck. It's not going to go anywhere. They're going to get in the league half. We're going to carve them up, get the ball back. Then when we get in there, we're going to kick the ball. Then they're going to kick it back to us. Nah, silly game. I wouldn't like it. I think they played a league union hybrid game one day in overseas, and they played maybe one half league, one half union, or 1 week league, one league union.
Okay.
And the league team smashed them the league week, and the union team smashed them the union week. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I guess that's how it goes.
Yeah, Andrew Backhouse. There's a guy named Andrew Backhouse. Is that not the same guy that taught at our school, Mr. Backhouse? What's his name, Andrew Backhouse? I see him all the time.
I wasn't on a first name basis with the teachers, mate.
I'm pretty sure his name was Andrew Backhouse. Anyway, Parramatta winning the comp if Mitch keeps up his kicking game from last week.
It's hard to say. I hope.
As a Parramatta tragic, do you see him winning the comp?
Not really. No. I think still the Storm and Penrith is above them.
Yeah. Oh, the Storm are right in the conversation.
Roosters were as well, I thought, but until they got all their injuries, lost Jake Friend and Luke Keary.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple of teams ahead of them, but they're still a good side. Sharks top 4 next year, new coach.
Depends on who they bring in. Like we don't know the team for next year. Like there's talks about Adam Reynolds. If they can bring him in, that will definitely increase their chances.
Well, I'd have missing the 8. If Adam Reynolds comes in that team, I'm making the 8.
Yeah.
I don't know about top 4 though. There's a lot of good sides around.
Yeah, top 4 is a bit harder to crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can. It just depends on who they bring in.
Yeah. Do you like Katoni Staggs at 6, and where do you think he'll be in 2022?
I do not like. I think we both talked about him. We both like him at centre.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best centres in the comp when he's out there on the edge.
Especially attacking wise.
100%. He can make something out of nothing out there.
But apparently he wants to play 6. That's like a condition of signing him. And the Titans have said he will play 6 if he goes there. Yeah.
What about Ash Taylor?
Well, they pretty much said, what about him?
Well, he has been pretty poor since he went there.
I think he'll re-sign with the Broncos, and I think he'll play 6. I think it'll be him and Dearden. I think they'll get rid of him.
If Dearden decides to stay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like him at 6 though. I'd rather him in the centres, but he's got himself a little bit of pull, and he said he wants to play 6. So good on him for having a crack. Warriors a top 8 side when they're fully fit.
No.
Yeah, not in my top 8.
Not in mine either. I think 9th or 10th. Just missing.
I just don't think they're consistent enough.
No.
Do you put that down to them being away from home?
No.
They
were like this before.
Do you think they're more or less a chance, or the same amount of chance of making the 8 if they were home as well?
Maybe more.
That's what I don't think they're missing the 8 by much. And if they do get a chance to go home this year, does the NRL reschedule some fixtures and let them have a few games at home?
I think that's a good idea. I think who said it? Gus Gould or someone like that was saying.
Well, someone tossed up they should have a whole season at home. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I think it would be good for them.
I reckon give them a run at home within a month, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think if they knew that mentally they were going to be there for 6 weeks, they could go on a run.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting
do wonders
to see.
For them, I reckon.
Yeah. And the last question was, are you happy to see Chad Townsend at the Cowboys? We've answered it. I love it. I think it's a good signing.
No.
No, you're not on board?
No, Dearden's... I don't know if he's better. I haven't seen enough of him play, but he's definitely younger. More upside to him.
All right. We've got some time here. I want your Origin back line.
So, obviously James Tedesco at fullback.
Yep.
You can't go past Josh Adokar on the wing. Other winger, you had Turbo, didn't you?
I had Turbo.
I might just go Tupou. Daniel Tupou on the wing.
So your Tohu's Toll's not in your team either?
Who, sorry?
Toll, Brian Toll?
No.
Yeah, mine either. A lot of people were up in arms about that. Okay.
No, I mean, he's...
I think Josh Adokar's a lock.
Yeah.
And then you're working with the other winger, and I want Turbo in my side. So
I'd put Turbo back in the centres.
Yep.
So I don't know about Jack Whiten.
So it was interesting.
Yeah. So I did like Latrell. So if Latrell, I do like Latrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't go past Latrell.
So you've got James, Tupou, Josh Adokar, Torovic, and Latrell. Now who's your halves?
Well, Cleary, and probably it's either Luai or Whiten. I don't know.
Walker?
I don't
So
like
Walker's
Whiten.
gone?
I don't like Whiten in the centres.
Yeah. It's tough. It's so tough.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you go Luai.
Yeah. So you got Cleary, Luai, and then who gets your 14 spot?
Pappy.
I'm the same. I'm with you, mate. I think we've got one position different. I went Tommy on the wing, and I threw White in the centres just because I don't think they'll leave him out.
18th man.
All right. Well, that's it. Let us know your Origin backlines. I know a lot of people want Brian Toho. I can't see him being picked over Josh Adokar. And for me, Turbo needs to be in the side if he's fit. And we'll pick our 4-packs next week, I reckon. Well, I've already picked mine.
I'll pick mine.
I think it pretty much picks itself to 4-pack. It just depends who you've got on the bench and who you don't.
Yeah.
4-pack's going to run through Queensland, in my opinion.
Well, we said that last year.
Yeah, we did. All right. We'll see you next week.